So we are required to solve the two equations. We have x plus 1 over y is equals to 1 and y plus 1 over x is equals to 4. So in the first equation, we want to make x the subject of the formula. So we shall subtract negative 1 over y on both sides. So we shall have x is equals to 1 minus 1 over y. And since we have only 1 here, we can write it as 1 over 1. Then, since we have 1 and y, the LCM shall be y. And when we take y divided by 1 is y, then times 1 is still y. Then minus y divided by y is 1, times 1, it is still y, sorry, not y but 1. So we shall have x is equals to y minus 1 all over y. That is equation 1. Then in the second equation you have y plus 1 over x is equals to 4. And since we have now the value of x being this one, we can substitute here the value of x with this one. So we shall have y plus 1 all over now this value. All this is equals to 4. So we close over this side. We have y plus, now since this one was 1 out of this equation, it means you are finding the reciprocal. And the reciprocal of y minus 1 over y is y divided by y minus 1. All that is equals to 4. Then since we want to eliminate y minus 1, we can do that by multiplying all that equation by y minus 1. And when we do so, we shall have y times y minus 1 plus y, since now this one has eliminated the y minus 1 which we've multiplied, so we shall have just y. All that is equals to 4 times the value that one is multiplied, which is y minus 1. Then we shall have y squared minus y, when you expand that, plus y is equals to 4 times y is 4y, then 4 times minus 1 is minus 4. So we bring right terms together, and we also cross over these other values on this other side, and so we shall have y squared. Now since this one has cancelled this other one, so that one is 0. So when you cross the others will be y squared minus 4y plus 4 is equals to 0. When we find the factors of this quadratic equation, we shall have y minus 2 is equals to 0. So we can equate each factor individually is equal to 0. So we shall have y minus 2 is equals to 0. So the value of y is 2. And since this other one is also the same, then it means our two values of y are 2 and 2. Now coming back to the first equation which we had here, since we found the value of x, we can substitute the value of y in this equation so that we can get the value of x. And that is what we've done here, which is x is equals to 2 minus 1 is equals to, okay, minus 1 all over 2. So now our x will be 2 minus 1 is 1 all over 2. So the two values of x will be a half and a half, since we said that our two values of y are 2 and 2. It means we also have two values of x which are a half and also a half.